Hey, what's up? My name is Corey. I'm a B2B content writer, and over the past few years, I've been helping marketing agencies use content to attract more qualified prospects and book more calls. And through this experience, I noticed the same patterns kept coming up. A lot of agency owners were trying to grow through outreach and paid ads, thinking they had a traffic problem. But once I dug a little deeper into this, it became clear that the real issue wasn't the traffic. It was their content and positioning. Because when your audience understands what you do, trusts your expertise, and sees you as the obvious choice, getting conversations with the right people becomes so much easier. And that's where content comes in. Because if you want to book consistent calls with your dream clients, build a stronger brand in your market, and scale your agency without relying purely on outbound, content is one of the biggest assets you can build. I'm talking YouTube videos that educate and continue working for you long after they're published. LinkedIn content that builds your personal brand and keeps you visible. Email newsletters that nurture your audience and turn attention into conversations. And VSLs that explain your offer, build trust, and help convert interested prospects into booked calls. It's like the difference between renting attention and owning it. Outreach works when you're actively sending, ads work when you're actively spending, but the moment you stop, the results usually stop too. Whereas when you build an audience, every piece of content becomes an asset that keeps working for you over time. And this video you're watching right now is a perfect example of that. This is an asset I've created once, but it can continue working for me long after it's published. It explains who I am, what I do, who I help, and why I'm the right person to help them solve it. Instead of having to explain the same things over and over again on every sales call, I can use content like this to build trust before someone ever speaks to me. Whether someone finds this through search, social media, or I send it directly to a prospect, this video keeps working as a tool to start conversations and create opportunities. And this is the shift most agency owners need to understand. Content isn't just about getting likes or views today. It's about building an asset that creates trust and opportunities long into the future. Let's look at someone like Chris Walker, founder of Refine Labs. He didn't scale to 8 figures by spamming cold emails. He educated the market so deeply that brands came to him already sold. The same applies to Alex Hormozi. He prioritized building his audience and used content systems to turn that attention into a predictable inbound flow, relying heavily on marketing assets like VSLs and social media content. And even Dan Koe, he never relied on cold outreach. He built an identity that attracted the right people seamlessly. And that's the same principle behind many of the biggest personal brands today. They don't just chase attention, they build trust at scale. And this is the transition that agency owners are making to separate themselves from everyone else. But here's where most founders get stuck. They understand that content is important, but actually making it work consistently is a completely different challenge. From working with founders, I've noticed most agency owners fall into one of 3 categories when it comes to content. The first is they don't post at all, and I understand why. Running an agency already takes up most of your time. You're managing clients, delivering results, and handling the day-to-day operations. The problem is, if you're not consistently sharing your expertise, you're missing one of the biggest opportunities to build trust with your dream clients before they ever speak to you. The second is they post whenever they have time. Maybe they share something once every couple of weeks or post whenever inspiration hits. But content doesn't work like a one-off marketing tactic. It compounds. The agencies getting results from content aren't just posting randomly. They have a consistent system that keeps them visible, builds authority, and creates opportunities over time. And the third is they delegate content internally. This might seem like the easiest solution, but usually what happens is that person is already balancing content with client delivery and other responsibilities, so content becomes another task on their list, rather than a serious growth channel that gets the attention it deserves. And that's where I come in. My focus is helping agency owners build a consistent content system that attracts the right audience, builds trust, and creates more inbound opportunities without them having to spend hours every week figuring out what to post. I've spent years understanding what makes content work, from building my own audiences to helping other businesses and founders create content that gets the right people paying attention. And it's the reason I get messages like this consistently, because the goal isn't just more views or followers. It's creating content that builds authority, starts conversations, and helps turn attention into qualified calls. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, feel free to click the link below to schedule a call. And just to be clear, this isn't a sales call and there won't be any hard pitch. It's simply a conversation to learn more about your agency, see where you're currently at, where you want to get to, and what's stopping you from getting there. And if I think I can help, I'll walk you through what I'd recommend implementing. And if not, you'll still leave with some clarity on the next steps for your business. So if you're ready to start building a content system that helps bring in more opportunities, click the top link in the description and I'll speak to you soon.